Hello there. It is your favorite loading screen right here. And we have our usual cast.
Hello. Hello, y'all.
No, and as we all know, magician never arrives late, but Noodle can.
I was only 2 minutes.
Hmm.
I feel like I did okay.
Yeah, that's biased and it's pretty okay. I know. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good going. I thought it was pretty good going.
Say, is that a new headset you have there?
Me? No.
Yeah.
I wish. This one's falling apart. Don't it? Oh, look. Right.
Ah,
It's
I
very
don't remember.
old.
I don't remember this microphone before.
Do you
I guess
not?
I do.
This little one, this little number. I've had this as long as you've known me. I've had it.
Hmm. Hmm. Curious. Maybe you disappeared all this, and that's why it's visible or something.
I don't know. You know what? I'm starting to think you don't pay that much attention to me, and I'm getting pretty upset.
Hmm.
I'm like,
I mean, you're not wrong. And today we have some interesting news, as you can judge from the base of a coin. Can you
Mhm.
maybe guess what it means?
Base of a coin, Coinbase.
Yes, very
Yeah,
astute of you.
yeah, that was a complete get. I have no idea what we're talking about, rather.
Yeah, of course, because I never tell you what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I prefer my minions to be clueless. So recently, I stumbled on this one. It is by Coinbase, Coin Bureau, saying, is Coinbase trustworthy and safe? Key factors to consider before you invest. Now, this story has actually been unfolding for near 5 months by now, but perhaps you have not heard when it started?
I guess I heard about, people getting like SIM swapped or social engineered using Coinbase, but I don't know if it's something new.
Mm.
Well, no, it's not SIM swapping. Well, yeah, in fact, it's like a story that's like in the background. Most people have kind of heard of it, but it wasn't like important enough to actually keep in mind. So, in January 2025, Coinbase learned that a data breach involving Taskus. Are you familiar with what that is? The Taskus.
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 Well, we can infer it's an outsourcing contractor based in India, but
Yep, that's pretty much what it is. Yep.
What is this? Speaking of, have you seen the thing, the AI? Well, they said it was this Indian built AI. They said, but it turned out it's just a bunch of people writing back answers in a factory in India. Have you seen this?
Isn't this what I showed you like last episode?
No, was it? No, you showed us a big old glacier last episode.
Yeah.
Unless
oh,
it
but
was
I
that.
recall at the end, like you
Oh,
showed us a tweet about some AI.
It was this
shit,
one.
did you? Oh fuck! You fully got me. Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. You're
So
late to
I take it. I take it you have heard of it then.
Yeah, although I didn't look too much into it. Is there anything else?
No, not really. Like I just saw it again today, and I was like,
Yeah.
God bless India, man. Bloody
Yeah,
hell.
it's like I found it on a website that I used to find memes, and this was one of the memes. So it wasn't even it wasn't even a Web3 type of news. It was or international news. It was just memes.
Mm.
Yeah, memes. That's how I get my news. Mhm. Honestly, not too bad of a way to do it,
No,
especially when you're like
I'd say that's pretty sensible.
when you're playing a game and there's like a new raid coming out. When you see this like one boss that everyone makes memes about, that is where people have having fun.
Mm.
Yeah.
So Taskas involving Indians. Now, I would hate to put any stigmas or wait, what's the word called? Oh wait, hold on, I forgot.
Stereotypes.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Hello, Ali. That's our Marty. Yeah, I would hate to put any stereotypes, especially considering that the French themselves have quite a few stereotypes. But yeah, Indians.
It's
And
just what they
out,
do. They just love it.
yeah, an outsourcing contractor based in India. Hmm. And I don't know if it's just me, but it says an employee at Taskas. Immediately, I'm thinking of an Indian woman, not even an Indian man. I'm thinking of an Indian woman. Like, that's just what comes to my mind immediately. Was caught photographing her work computer screen, which contained sensitive coin-based customer data such as names, addresses, emails, etc. Which is like it's on the lower. It's like it's not as important as everything else they would hold, but that's still a leak. And yeah, it's the basic. Do you think she was taking photos because she couldn't take a screenshot, or because they were monitoring the screen?
That's a good point. Well, because they can, I swear you can. There's like a thing you can trace people's computers through the measurement of their screen.
Well, it's more that I was thinking they are taking logs of what they're doing. So if there was some suspicious activity of taking too many screenshots, it would get caught. But
Yeah, I
But
think
yeah.
it's both true. Yeah, because Noodle, this rings a bell. Like I
Yeah.
know people like could get doxed by this. Like if they knew the dimension of the browser, like you could infer
Yeah,
which
exactly.
laptop you are using. This was kind of nuts. I think this happened like in the dark web. Like
Yeah, it's
people
like a big
people
thing.
were
Yeah, that's a thing actually. Huh. Oh wow, we have 150 views already. Yeah,
Whoa.
I mean, data different, I guess. Just RNG. But yeah, back to this. Where was I? Oh yeah, when so I don't know if you have like one of those Pakistani/Indian type of where you can pay them a certain amount per hour and you can use a computer like right there. I don't know if you've heard of those. Like, I don't know if you have those in England.
What? Sorry.
What is
So
this?
like you need to use a PC like on the street, so you can pay them and like go on the PC for like an hour.
It's like a cyber coffee.
Pretty
Yeah.
much, but like there are no games. It's just a PC.
No, I mean, not really. No. Is it like a communal? So just a communal PC?
I guess pretty much. It's usually like
Alright.
3 PCs in a row, and you can pay per hour, so you can do your thing there, and then yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, no, we don't have that. And that does sound pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily cool. Like it's occasionally useful. I don't know. I've never used it, but yeah, yes.
I mean, to be fair, my first experience of an internet cafe was in Spain. Well, because we don't really have them here.
It's like at first I only ever thought that those were purely for games. Like you would go there, you would well, people in other countries call it a LAN party. I think that's what they call it.
A LAN party, yeah.
LAN, LAN. Not it's N, not M.
Yeah, LAN.
Yeah. So yeah, it's primarily for gamers. Like it's very popular in South Korea because South Korea has gaming culture. That's why like their pro gamers are like the best in the world. Like all the pro gamers come from South Korea. Well, not all, but the majority of the best ones come from South Korea. And I went back when I was like visiting Russia there. Like we couldn't play at home because we didn't have a PC because we were like visiting. So we went there to play games. And we were spending like 3 hours there. Our parents were glad to be rid of us while we were just playing there. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, where I was going with this is, you know how most people, like most normal people, have 16:9 screens.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
other people, but some people like have a square screen. Yeah, maybe you could detect that you're in one of those cafes by the fact that you have a square screen.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe like because it was like it depends on the. What am I trying to say? Depends on the because they're all
Ah.
the same size, aren't they? Like old cafes usually will have
Hmm.
it's older stuff. I really don't know what I'm trying to say right now. Bloody hell.
I never do, but
Yeah. As you say, just ignore me. Yeah, just don't worry about it.
yeah. I also had square screens back in my university, but that's more of a budget constraint. But yeah, all those square. One guy was even trolling us with this. So you know how there's like at the back of that, at the back of those old PCs, there's like two colored entries. One of them is like green, the other one's pink. Like one of them
Mhm.
is for keyboard, the other one's for the mouse. Something like that.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, the all screens. I mean, all
Yeah,
the
so one guy decided to troll us and he switched them around. So the keyboard and the mouse both like they had their lights on, but none of them worked because they were in their own ports. He did that to all the computers. So, our professor actually canceled the class because nobody could use their PCs. We figured it out like a few hours later, but yeah. Okay, so back to the story, I guess. The data was allegedly sold to hackers in exchange for bribes. Well, yeah, pretty much. Dask has fired over 200 employees following the incident, including the woman and a suspected accomplice. So yeah, I wonder what the investigation was. Did they like fire 200 employees like as a preemptive measure to just say we take action when somebody is breaking the rules, or were those 200 employees actually involved? I wonder in the actual incident. I mean, they say it was that one woman, so yeah. Then, well, yeah. So I was saying before that incident was like back in January. It's been like in the back of the news, like it's been mentioned quite a lot, but it wasn't like in your face. So yeah, in May, well, so end of May, like very recently. It's like 3rd of June today. Coinbase only realized the full extent of the breach when hackers sent an extortion demand on May 11th. That maybe you've heard of that as well, because like it was a famous story that they asked for a certain amount of money, but then Coinbase said we're not going to pay it, but we're going to pay anyone who's gonna tell us the identity of the hacker that same amount. No. All right. Claiming to have customer internal data. Yeah, it's like one of those things they do. They show a little bit of data, and then they tell you that they have a lot more of that, but they actually have like only the surface level information. The classical phishing. The breach was part of a larger $400 million campaign targeting multiple entities. There was like a rumor that because US is warming up to all those CXs that they are targeting them for the sake of sowing chaos and to make it easier to encourage the government to go after them again.
Mhm.
Coinbase publicly disclosed the incident in an SEC filing on May 14. And remember, SEC and Coinbase are currently at war in court,
Mhm.
revealing that a small subset of customer accounts were affected. In fact, a lot of those breaches, they're usually they're like emails, name, and maybe address. I remember there was a similar one like a couple of years ago with CoinLedger. It's always that one. Like nobody usually steals the accounts because they're too well protected, but they do steal like the less important information. The company estimated the financial hit to be between 180 million to 400 million dollars. Yeah. Funny enough, if the estimate is $400 million, then that other larger $400 million campaign targeting multiple entities, that's pretty much the same amount, including reimbursements to affected customers. So Coinbase was reimbursing them. I don't really have the details on that, but
Wait, so they were giving the money back? Wait, hold
to
on.
They were reimbursing affected customers. Which I wonder how they would quantify the damage being done by people's names and addresses being leaked. Addresses, not like wallet addresses, but like of their homes. You know?
Yeah, I know. You'd assume it'd be quite extensive, no? Like,
because it's all like kind of hypothetical, isn't it? Like, okay, like your data is being leaked, but how you can assess the financial hit is kind of crazy.
They could give like a flat reimbursement to everyone whose data was leaked, but I've never heard of people or anyone else actually doing it when they did get hacked in a similar way. Oh wait, I didn't read the last sentence. Who were tricked into sending funds to attackers?
who was tricked?
Yeah, the customers who were tricked into sending funds to attackers. They were reimbursing the customers who were tricked into sending funds to attackers. Now, how would that happen? I wonder. Like, did they phish using the information?
Yeah, no, I guess it was
Maybe.
Yeah, like if they got the data, like they would just be like social engineered. Because I know there was quite some cases of like very specific attacks to people, like very targeted.
I remember there was one Discord I was a part of. Well, I'm still a part of it. So one of the admins got hacked with SIM swapping, aka SIM swapping is not a thing that you can prevent. It's also very difficult to do because it relies on them hacking your mobile operator, not you. So they by social engineering type of hacking, not developer cracking thing. So the SIM swapping is they convince your mobile operator into giving them your SIM, and then you use it to get into the Discord and remove the other admins and put phishing links. Pretty much. Yeah, when that did happen, most people were like, "Hey, this is obviously a scam. The guy got hacked. Like, you should not do anything with this." And obviously, whenever that type of thing happens, well, it's everyone says it's everyone's own responsibility to not click on a link that looks only roughly like that of the project, and then skip the entire message that says you are sending all of your MetaMask funds to this address. Are you sure you want to do that? And
That's
then
a good point, though.
yes.
It's just like sometimes you look at it and you're just like, how did people fall for this? This is insane.
It's like you gotta. There's like 3 or 4 things you can find suspicious on your way to actually doing it. But yeah, Coinbase apparently thinks that it is best for them to actually reimburse everyone who got tricked into it. And I'm sure that every time this happens, there are going to be people who are going to say, we got tricked, but no, they just used the opportunity to claim some reimbursements. I think it's, whenever it's a small project, I think it's like over half of people making noise. It's actually people who are just trying to make noise to get free money. And I'm sure people who were on Coin, who did do this hack, they would, well, on quote unquote, get tricked into sending it, but they were actually sending it to their own buddies. And they just made an account before this happened. And like, hey, I got tricked. I want reimbursement. Not everyone, of course, but that's, oh, damn, our viewer number is growing.
Is it?
333.
God damn.
Ooh.
Let's turn up.
I don't know. I guess today's a good day or something.
All right, let's turn it up. So, yeah.
And then June 3rd, so today.
Shit, so this is live. Not the stream.
Yeah.
This news. I know that.
It's just fresh.
Yeah, this is a fresh drop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like, man, I mean, I spent a good 30 minutes telling AI what to do to give me all of the news. So I'm coming all the credit.
Oh,
Like,
fair,
sure,
so-
AI is doing all the work, but I'm directing the AI into doing all the work. The story gained traction on X with Cointelegraph and other accounts amplifying the news. Yeah, I mean, I just read like several sources like Cointelegraph, and I'm like, interesting. I can use this. And delaying public disclosure has sparked concerns about Coinbase's transparency and security practices. I can imagine also Base is now suffering because of this, since they are on that. Key players. Coinbase, well, we know that. Taskas, a US-based outsourcing firm with operations in India. Yeah, US-based and operations in India. Yeah, because hiring US personnel or just Western personnel, including Europe, they would require, salary. They would require normal working conditions. They would require to go home when their shift is up. That's pretty problematic. Like, sure, we can always hire just Indians, man. They handle customer support or KYC process for Coinbase. So Taskas is handling KYC for Coinbase. I can just imagine every time you want to go through KYC, it's sent to India. The breach originated from the employees leaking data by hackers. We don't know who they are, but apparently they are coordinated criminal campaign. And then there's SEC, but yeah, they're always there. Impact. Well, I mean, now that I think about it, we kind of already read through this. Coinbase response: fire the involved Taskas in personnel and other overseas agents. So, I guess to drive the point home, they got rid of some other agents that agencies from outside US. Tightened security controls, refused to pay 20 million ransom, but offered 20 million reward for information on the hackers. And plans to open.
Do you remember the? Did you ever hear the app House Party?
It was the vocal app, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was like you could just. It was like a face group chat, like basically you could just call your mates on it instead of using, I don't know, your phone. But I remember they got hacked, and they put like 100 million bounty up. They were like, whoever finds this hacker will personally give 100 million USD. And everyone was like, shit. So you're like, that's probably one of the most wanted people in the world right now.
It kind of reminds me also of a Jeff Bezos thing where somebody threatened to leak his nude photos.
Yeah.
So the guy just dumped all of the emails online. He's like, I don't give a shit about this. Like, nude photos, like, okay, sure. Like, hell if I care.
That's a way to deal about it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if you're like a popular actress, you wouldn't want that. But
yeah,
maybe if you're a girl, although I don't really. It's kind of strange to me that well, I guess that's too many this, but yeah, that's, I don't know. It feels like so, I don't know, high schoolish. That not nude photos are actually like important, but yeah. Plans to open a new US-based support hub to reduce reliance on overseas contractors. Yeah, that's a Trump thing, that in America, stuff like that. Now, that is a bit of an experimentation here. I am going to try to make a segment or even a whole show in the future where we take only the boring news and we try to make them interesting for the audience, or at least to each other. So this is the thing. Have you ever considered that maybe one day you are trying to dig up for some news, but there's nothing interesting? Well, maybe you are the problem. As some people say, if you don't find your conversation partner interesting, he's not the problem. You are the problem. You are just not interested in him enough. Yeah, well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to take boring news, the most boring news ever, and we're going to make them interesting, because interesting news are everywhere, but the boring news will only be here. Isn't that exciting? Yeah, you can get the interesting news everywhere else. Here, you'll get to the boring news.
It's just the shit. It's just the shit stuff you're getting
Yeah.
here with us.
It's shit, or is it the shit?
Well, that's the question. That's up to them. You know,
Maybe that's what we should call it: shit or the shit.
shit, all the shit.
There was there's like a French guy, well, not French guy, but he's like a half French, who's producing videos, and he's saying like English has several types of poops to signify different things. There's shit, which is bad. There's the shit, which is good. There's chicken shit, which is like a coward. There's ape shit, which is like crazy and I guess violent. There's dog shit, which is bad. No cat shit, interestingly enough.
No, never.
There's bad shit, which is crazy but not violent. Well, maybe a little bit violent, but not overly violent, I guess. There's jack shit, which is like nothing, or actually, jack shit means like anything at all. Oh, and there's no shit. Yeah, and there were like 3 more that I don't remember. Yeah, English is a fancy language with many different kinds of poops. Well, yeah. Kraken launches full-service prime brokerage tailored for institutional crypto clients. Now, isn't that very boring?
That is pretty dull.
Yeah, you look at this and you're like, why the hell should I care?
Yeah.
Well, here is how you could make it interesting. You see, the timing could not be worse. And I'm going to take the credit for making it interesting, even though all I did is ask Grok to say, so what's so interesting about this news? Give me something that could make me interested. Yeah, and I'm just reading what the Grok said. Half of this I don't even remember. But yeah, I will claim all the credit for doing this. Because you see, Coinbase and Kraken are in fact competitors. Like most people
really?
have heard of Coinbase. Kraken is, well, I guess it's also internationally known, but it's like not on that same level. I believe it's Canadian or something. Coinbase is set to join the S&P 500 index.
Oh.
And with this news being quite popular now, well, Kraken might take a share of the market with this. And competitive landscape. Kraken is challenging Coinbase Prime. I have no idea what Coinbase Prime is. As you can see, I did not actually do proper preparation for what I'm reading. I just asked Grok to do it, which dominates with 90% of Bitcoin ETF custody. Yeah, Bitcoin ETF, 90% of it is on Coinbase. I'm totally not reading the story with you because I actually don't know what's going on. Managing $40 billion in assets. And Falcon X, known for deep liquidity. Kraken's H is its decade-long record. Yeah, that's not very. Yeah. And now, Kraken Prime provides trading custody, finance. So whatever we were reading about that thing about Coinbase, yeah, that already exists on Coinbase, and now Kraken is launching it again, it as well. So pretty much, Coinbase has tools for institutional investments. Institutions want to invest, hold on. I prepared this story long ago, but I didn't use it. I think it was this one. Utah retirement systems boosts. Well, no, it was somewhere here. Hold on. Oh, yeah. So the retirement thingy in Utah, they started holding Bitcoin as part of their plan to, hold value long term. And they're saying grandpas in Utah just became giga bullish on Bitcoin without even knowing about it. Yeah, there are some things that there are some institutions that are not starting to buy Bitcoin following and Michael Saylor is in the middle of it. So if like institutions like that, and they have a lot of money because they're handling state funds, start choosing a provider. I don't know if I can even call it a provider, but if they start going into this, and they start going through Coinbase or Kraken, that's a lot of money for them.
This is proper crypto onboarding for normies.
Yeah, so Kraken can now maybe snatch a client or two from them with this. It's something about those tools allow institutions to buy Bitcoin without having to go through the legal as well as technical headache of what it means to buy Bitcoin. For them, it's the same as operating a bank account. Pretty much that's the gist of the story. Kraken is challenging Coinbase Prime, which dominates 10% of Bitcoin ETF, and that's my boring. That's my boring news for today.
What happened there?
I
dropped something.
I knocked over my mic. Yeah.
Oh, what a Wally!
I haven't watched this movie, but I guess Wally is a klutz.
Yeah, have you? Do you not know the phrase Wally?
I know it's a cartoon. Well, cartoon animation.
I know Wally is just like silly person, basically, to put it like kindly.
Oh yes. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Any closing thoughts from you? Did you find my boring news interesting? I hope you did, because you're gonna have to do it next time as well.
I found it really interesting. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
you have the talent
yes.
to make dull interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Maybe the story is going to be the show is going to be, we make interesting news boring news interesting, or something like that. Surely people will watch us. Hey, today's a good day for viewers, so that means that the next one is going to be good too, right?
Of course, that's how it goes every time. You know.
Yep, there's absolutely no reason why those 462 viewers should skip the one next week. With
absolutely not.
Yeah, and with that being said, we'll see you next time.
All right, see you next time.
See ya.